Hey everyone, today we're at the Rural Museum in Temora. We have an old condenser over there. And here's Radman's cottage. Is he a cricket player, I believe? Yeah, I think we've heard about him in the town, hey, in a small town somewhere. Yeah. Now Australia's been home to a lot of cricket players like Ian Healy and all that. Surprisingly, Ian Healy owns the Hoppy's Hand Wash Cafe, along with Chris Johns, a great footy player. Yeah, so we have an old siren up there then there's a slightly newer siren right here. They're literally everywhere, these modern speaker array sirens. And this must be the old church house. You know, for those who probably know my channel pretty well, that I'm actually a bell ringer at a church. So, rather interesting. Very amazing, isn't it? It's very historic.
It's like an old town. This is the Pioneer Cottage.
Now there is an old ambulance here.
With the old washing machines done.
It's 19th century, well, probably even older. With the agitator right there on the washing machine. And there were no toilets inside, hey? Back in the days, here.
No, all outhouses.
This was close to when they had cars, hey? When this building would have been around.
I don't know. This is, oh yeah, early 1900s.
Yeah. Presuming that's the toilet right there.
Probably, yeah. This is huge. This museum is big. So then across the school. This way.
Bandawara Centre. This is the old schoolhouse, isn't it? Check this out. You have a Mickey Mouse puppet.
Oh wow.
Very old.
Change your.
Trophies.
I've got to do video too long. I'm going to do switch off some video and join them.
So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Here we are in the replica of the flour mill. Giant mixing bowl right there. And a lot of cool machinery.
Oh.
Last time I was next to machinery this big, I was actually inside a ship. And they started, didn't they?
That's what they started the machine, yeah, I remember.
So this is a very interesting part of the museum. You have a giant induction motor right there.
This is a bread slicer. See, put the bread in there and then the bread comes
Yeah.
out this side sliced.
You see, look at this giant induction motor.
Oh yeah, that is big.
Now this is what the sirens would use. Most air raid sirens would use a induction motor like this one right here. It's amazing, isn't it? So here's the everyday's item room, I guess you can call it. You have the chemist right there. Shoemakers.
The dentist, Johnny.
And of course there's the dentist right here.
Looks like a torture chamber.
This is all an old-fashioned thing, so this here's the old-fashioned dentist. That's probably an x-ray machine there.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think I know what this is, this pipe here. It's the suction. And it leads up into the... Yeah, it is the suction. Yeah, it is. And here's more washing machines, I guess. With that really old one there. It's very nice, isn't it?
Wow. I can't get over how big this place is.
So here it is. There's an old fire truck there.
Wow. Check out all the old lawnmowers. This is the kind of lawnmower your dad used.
Yeah. And I presume these are some of these old steam engines.
Diesel engines.
Huh?
Petrol and diesel.
Those they are steam engines, aren't they?
Out the back, yeah. These ones here.
There's the steam tractors, eh? Now, of course, none of this stuff actually works. It's all just for show and tell.
Oh, these are also petrol, Johnny.
I can imagine how loud this would be.
Yeah, they'd be pretty loud because they're not covered. That's
Let's go check out that old fire truck there.
yeah,
Huh?
good idea.
There's two of them.
Oh yeah, look at that.
One's got the siren right on top there.
Have a look. This one.
Wonder what siren that is.
I think it's like a battery siren.
Huh?
I think it's like an electric siren.
I mean the make.
Oh, I don't know.
And there's the old compartment for the fire station. Then we have this vehicle right here.
It's a beauty, eh? That's so cool.
Here's some of the old tractors.
Shit, this is beautiful. Check this one's cool. Case.
Check out that old van there.
Yeah. It's an old tractor.
Check this out. So we have a giant engine right here, as you can see. There's the make right there, as you can see. Very big. Massive, actually. Then we have that old Bansal over there. Two of them, actually.
Yeah.
And these aren't actually loud at all. I've used one. But they're pretty cool though. I wonder what this area is. Let's see. A hose, probably connected to water. A bay. What do you think this could be, Mom?
An old car.
Exactly. An old wash bay. And yeah, this is a car wash because this surely, that's the pump there. That's an old car wash, isn't it?
It looks like it, eh?
Nice.
Come, go look at the museum there. Ambulance museum's this way.
That's interesting. You can see that's a car wash, hey?
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
So here we are in the firehouse part of the museum. So there's the make right there of the siren. It's a speaker array, as you can see, which is very, very nice indeed. You've got the old fire equipment right here. All firefighting equipment. Big shout out to the fireys for helping us. You know, for saving our lives. Then we have this wonderful fire truck right here. Very big. It's a Mercedes, actually. Then we have this old one right here. It's got the old headlights on this one. Now, as you probably noticed, that this looks very similar to the one that I filmed where they had that old siren on it, which is very nice. It's actually pretty awesome, in fact. I wonder if there's an old air raid siren around here somewhere. because back in the days they would use that for fire calls. And so basically when the air raid siren goes off, the firefighters would respond to the emergency. And check this out. So this is a Grifco siren. Not sure what model, but I do have a book at home. But yeah, that's a Grifco, by the way, Mom.
Okay.
Grifco was the #1 siren manufacturer in Australia at the time, I believe.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of the sirens that you do see
Another little.
on Australian fire stations are Grifco sirens.
There's a mini siren on the yellow one.
But look at this. I just noticed something.
What's that?
See, there's a rotor. There's an old fire truck siren right there. And possibly a Grifco. It probably is a Grifco siren. See the rotor in there. It's so interesting that yesterday I got to film an old siren like that go off.
Mm. It's got like heater things on them, doesn't it?
Got the horns there.
And,
Presumably used by air pressure, I don't know. But there's the suits right here of the Rural Fire Brigade in New South Wales. There's the badge right there, as you can see. There is a fire museum somewhere in Australia that actually has an air raid siren. There's some old firemen's coats right there, as you can see. Let's see what else I can find. Temora Rural Museum. Yeah, so this is an old fire truck right here. We have the light on there, the siren light, I suppose. It's very old, isn't it? So there's a siren right here, as you can see. I'm not sure if that is a siren, but I think the siren's somewhere. This is a modern day fire. I don't know what to call it. But it's yeah. I think that's a speaker in there.
is this the siren for this one? Or is that something else? That's the siren for the truck.
This here.
Oh, what is this thing here?
I don't know.
I think it is the siren.
So here we have some old tractors, as you can see. Oliver Standard, right here. It's got the old-fashioned seat and everything on it. We have an old air raid siren. Well, not sure what it's used for, but you have some sirens right there on the roof. And speaking of sirens, there's the ambulance museum right there. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So here we have some old-fashioned ambulances. And there's the siren on this one right here. And it's probably a Grifco. Yeah, it is. So we've got the rotor right there, as you can see. Check that out.
Oh yeah.
So we have a lot of old ambulance equipment right here. And also a big shout out to the paramedics as well. Big thanks to them for helping us as well, you know, saving our lives. You know, they definitely deserve it. And they absolutely deserve it, to be honest. They are the best people around, not gonna lie. I'm pretty much grateful to have the emergency services, to be honest. Yeah, so they've done a very good job, and I think they should be very proud of themselves. We have another siren right here, as you can see, on this old ambulance right here. Wonder where the siren is on this one. And of course, while I'm here, I may as well tell you an interesting story about a ghost ambulance. I'll tell you two stories actually. So, in Costa Rica, there's an old tunnel called the Zerki Tunnel, and they see an ambulance from a very old era, probably like this one right here. And they say the siren sounds like a distorted cry. That's how distorted it is. And yeah, so that's the first story, I believe. And also they say the ambulance stops midway. People have actually, no, the creepiest thing is that people have seen it drive past without a companion. So, and they say it's a very bad taste because they say that the driver died or something, I don't know. But the other story is that, but by the way, just before I end the story I was telling you now, they say the ambulance stops midway through the tunnel, and when they go to check, like I'm doing now, there's no one in the ambulance. Right, time for the second story, I guess. Got an old suction right there, as you can see. This is actually the recent ambulance we're using, as you can see right here. So here's a good look at the lights and sirens. I never thought I'd actually get to be up close to one of these things. So yeah, time for the second story. So there are the paramedics right there. There's the uniforms. A big shout out to the paramedics for saving people's lives. Really appreciate it. Right, so back to that story I was about to say. Yes, then there's a... Then we have the street of Ave del Paraiso, or Paraiso Avenue for short. And basically there was a murder there of a 24-year-old man. It happened in 2014 at 9 p.m. at night. Yeah, so it happened at 9 p.m. and the cross of where the man, and they put a cross there to remember the man. And just before, but here's where things get strange. People began to realize that every time they drive by this roadside cross while listening to radio station 690 AM, their car stereo reception was interrupted by the unexplainable sound of an ambulance siren. And here's the clip.
Vamos por allá hasta la cruz. Dale lento, más lento, más lento. ¡A la madre! ¿Dónde está la cruz? Ahí está la cruz. Dale, dale.
Yeah, pretty terrifying, isn't it? So yeah, those are the two stories about those two ghost ambulances. So yeah, I thought I'd share that little bit of information, and big shout out to the paramedics, EMTs out there. You know, for their hard work. Ain't that right, Mum?
Yep.
You want to know something, Mum? These are the ambulances we use now. There's still loads of Mercedes ambulances like this one that are driving around on public roads.
That's right.
And that's absolutely amazing. There's a lot of sirens in this place, isn't there? So here we've got the old ambulance logo, which is a cross, I believe. And check this out, Mum. You know what this is?
That's a siren.
You can see there, it's got the rotors. The rotor. So, yeah. So this here looks like the Ghostbusters ambulance a little bit.
Yeah, this one over there. That one looks like the Ghostbusters one.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Definitely my kind of collection, everyone. Definitely. So there's the siren on the modern day ambulances right here, actually. And there's the make. It's a C3100, code 3. So that's the sirens they use on the modern day ambulances. Of course, it's speaker array, as you can see, right there. And then we have an older ambulance here. That's probably where the old siren was. Oh, there's the siren right there. And this one is a CPI, I believe. It's an old speaker right there. I wonder if one of these is the old Whalen. Not sure what this make is, but there it is right there. There's lots of sirens around here. Absolutely amazing. Not to mention there's an old siren right here, as you can see, with the, we've got the rotor there. There's a lot of sirens around here. I think the next thing they need to add is the police cars. The police cars. That'd be interesting. We have a woman in there.
They call them Chevy boot loader ambulances.
This one doesn't even have a siren on it.
No, they were just, it was during
It's very old school, yeah.
Well, it was during the Second World War, people converted their cars into ambulances. You know,
Right.
that's it?
Rightio, so here are these are the old air raid sirens, I believe. Do you reckon they're air raid sirens?
No, I think they speak it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, they're electric speakers.
Right, so we have three speakers right here, as you can see. Of course, these are speaker array sirens. I presume they're outdoor warning sirens because, probably for emergencies, because a lot of this place is outdoors, so I'm not saying they necessarily do the whale signal. I don't know what signal they sound off in. It can be any signal, really. I'm not sure if they're programmed to do alternate whale, but I don't think they can do that. Depends on what they're programmed to do. But here's the inside of this old building, the what looks like a
Shearing shed.
yeah, sheep shearing shed. Smells like there's sheep in here as well. That's with the wool right there.
Yeah.
It's an old machine right there.
I think it's what turned the shears on for the
Speaking of old historic places like this, we recently just went to an old homestead yesterday. The world's most haunted house. Of course, we have some old tractors right here. There's the ambulance museum right there. And then there's the fire truck museum. I can imagine that these sirens are still fairly active though. You can imagine. Going back down to the old car wash. Right there. You can tell it's a car wash, hey?
That's what it looks like to me.
But you can see it's got a hose and everything. There's a big machine in the front. It's an old jet wash.
That's right.
You know what they should have put on the roof here? There's an old air raid siren.
Oh, they should have.
Because wasn't that a part of the old tradition?
Maybe somebody will
Donate one.
donate one day.
So here it is. You've got the old car wash right here. It's an old manual bay.
It's coming out of this motor, yeah. Hey.
Yeah. That's a car wash motor, isn't it? An actual car wash bay.
Let's see what it says.
Surely it's a car wash. Or a washing station of some sort.
Yeah, number we are 22.
So what is this? Yeah, so these are old tractors, steam engines, as you can see. Basically, how this works, there's water in here pretty much, and then that just, the steam goes up there. We have a firebox, I believe it's behind here. Yep, there's the firebox, right there. And of course, to release steam pressure, they have a whistle. Right here. Well, where a whistle would normally go. And that whistle is pretty loud. Yeah. Okay. So here's this old tractor. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. There's the funnel right there, as you can see. Of course, we have the firebox right there. Massive wheels right here. And there's the old how they steer the tractor by using chains. And we've got some more older ones right here. I'll be there just a minute. We're gonna go check out these old tractors right here. So we have some old sirens right here again. Can't really see what that says. Very faded. Yeah, there's no logo on that one. We have some old vehicles right here. And here's an old rural fire station. Right here. And here we have a Grifco, I believe. A Grifco 333. Not sure what model that is. We've got the rotor right there, as you can see. There it is inside. So basically how these sirens work is that when the rotor spins, the air gets sucked in through here, and that's how it creates a loud sound. It goes through this cone right here. That's where the sound comes from. Very amazing. Big shout out to the firefighters out there for yet again saving our lives. And here's all the equipment that they use. So this is an old fire truck, and we have some old sirens on there, on this one right here. Well, on the building I meant. But there is a siren on the fire truck here. So this is yeah, I can't really read that. Let me know if you guys can read that. It looks like a Grifco 333, actually. Not gonna lie. I could be wrong. But what an amazing find, I guess. Absolutely amazing. Got some, yes, BP. So I am a huge petrol station enthusiast as well as a car wash enthusiast. And there's the old BP logo. That's awesome. There's actually an old Ample fire station nearby. An old Ample petrol station. Guess what I just found in there? It's a fire station. Huh? There's a fire station in there. I've already checked it out. So here it is. There's the old Ample petrol station or pump. Old petrol pump. Absolutely amazing. So yep, there's the Ample logo, and there's the. I don't know how they use the older ones. I can definitely use a newer one though. A newer petrol pump. And I'm trying to get away from the music so I don't get a copyright claim. Got an old telephone right here.
This is the printing house, Johnny.
Very nice. There's an old air conditioning unit over there, as you can see. There's a very big printer, I believe. So we have some more old fire trucks here, as you can see. Here we have the horn right here. I believe they're fire trucks. I'm not sure what they are, to be honest. They definitely look like fire trucks, but they're not. I don't think they are fire trucks. But check out that horn on this truck here. It's probably an old air horn, I think. Here's the inside. I don't see any gas tank. Maybe it is an air horn, I'm not sure. There's a slightly moderner truck compared to that one. We have some tractors over here. Fordson is the name of this brand right here. Absolutely amazing. Here are the sirens again. I stand here, it looks a bit like Siren Head, doesn't it? Of course, Siren Head isn't real. It's a mythical creature created by Trevor Henderson. Not a creepypasta. Not in the slightest. You have some. Yet again, there's the old fire truck with the old siren on it. Then we have the Mobil logo, and then there's the Texaco logo right there. Of course, the Shell. A lot of old gas station logos or petrol station logos, as you can see. Interesting. So apparently I was wrong. This is a Sterling siren. Not sure what model. But there it is right there, it says Sterling. I've heard of Sterling sirens, I've never actually seen one in person. This is awesome. It's absolutely amazing fire truck, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the Queen said that it belonged to England.
So this is the Rock Museum.
Yep.
There's a giant airplane propeller right there, everyone. And there's a grandfather clock there as well. Probably Westminster chimes, I don't know. But what an amazing clock it is.
I reckon the one on the mantle would have been a chime one too.
Yeah, but it's only got 2 things to wind up.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a Westminster chime. These are not quarter chime clocks, but the grandfather most certainly is.
Looks like a stuck teddy bear.
It does, doesn't it? Old teddy bears are actually quite common in old museums. And here he is, Mum, the man himself, Nick Kelly. Wearing his armour. We have wedding dresses over here. So that's about it, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next episode. Goodbye.